Howdy, everyone. 35 years ago, a young woman from Jamaica had some of the most formidable leadership experiences as a graduate student on the Texas A&M University campus that shaped her understanding of preparing college administrators for leadership. You see, this graduate student at Texas A&M University was me. I had the privilege of serving as president of the International Student Association, vice president of the Graduate Student Council, and also president of the Caribbean Student Association. I learned how to work with people who shared commonalities as well as differences, and across the globe as well. When I finished my PhD, I was offered a job at the Ohio State University. So I was a Buckeye for 9 years. Then former Dean of the College of Education and Human Development, Dr. Jane Close Conley, recruited me back to Aggie land in 1999. My passion for leadership began as a student and later solidified through research and practice in as well as outside the classroom. I got to apply my research to practice after serving in senior leadership positions over a span of 16 years, including Vice President Associate Provost for Diversity, Executive Associate Dean of this college, Associate Dean of Faculties, and Associate Department Head. So I have lived the leadership experience. I share this passion now and experiences with my students. How cool is that, right? Sometimes I hear comments from students like, Dr. Stanley, you mean that research article we read is actually taking place now or took place on this campus? Seriously? Talk about connecting theory to practice, right? Or just-in-time learning. So in my research, I'm particularly interested in how administrative leadership experiences influence the recruitment and retention of minoritized faculty, staff, and students at public, predominantly white universities like Texas A&M, particularly in times of opportunities and threats. So leaders can't lead effectively, in my opinion, if we don't really understand each other. Many of us have come to understand leadership through a variety of lens and styles. Some of us have heard of transactional leadership, transformational leadership, authoritarian, charismatic, and servant. These are virtuous concepts, but how are they really operationalized through identity and intersectionality, and even, I would argue, organizational culture? So my research on college leadership shows that administrators require critical skills to lead in complex environments, particularly when you have so many stakeholders. And by stakeholders, I mean internally or externally, faculty, staff, and students, former students, parents, donors, legislators, including you, who are probably thinking, is Texas A&M or the College of Education Development a place to send a family member? We prepare college administrators for leadership in the higher education program through coursework, through internships and research to understand what it means to really lead. So I want to leave you with some examples of our current leaders who are making a difference in a variety of settings. We are proud of our graduates in the higher education program. Some have gone on to lead, for example, Dr. Charles McClellan, who's now the commissioner for the Southwestern Athletic Conference, Dr. Becky Pettit, who's Vice Chancellor for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at the University of California, San Diego, Dr. Janine Royal, who's the Assistant Dean at Michigan State University, and Dr. Judith Lewis, who's right here close by at Sam Houston State University, who's serving as Associate Vice President. So yes, there are Aggie bosses everywhere, and we prepare many of them right here in the College of Education Human Development, where we do transform lives. Thank you. Gig 'em.